All right. Good morning, everyone.
Hi.
Good afternoon. Good evening. Good evening to Mr. and Mrs. 3 a.m. Wow, you win for staying up latest. That is awesome. It's actually 11 a.m. here in beautiful San Francisco, where it's totally like not raining. No, it's raining. It's been raining for the past day easily. So, but welcome everybody. Paul Trani here with the one and only Jessica Zhang.
Hi, everyone.
Good to have you here. How you doing?
Great to be back.
Yay.
Third day.
But and then halfway through the stream we're going to get very like kind of like a little bit emotional and kind of choked up because it's like the third day and stuff like that, and you're going to go through withdrawals and you're going to just start live streaming on everywhere you can. So, but welcome Rigo and Marissa, Courtney, Kendra, Ibrahim. Hey, what up? What up, Ibrahim Hajo? Good to see you, Herbert. Welcome back, Herbert. Good to see you. Good to see some familiar names, as well as some new ones. Nitin, where it's midnight where you are. Nicole. Yes. Henris, good to have you here. Always like to know where people are from and like what time it is there, and really a lot about their lives. And honestly, I want to know if it's your first time joining us. We always want to give you a shout out if it's your first time. All right, Brendan Weinstein, first time here. Very cool. So welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. So we've been doing UX and UI the past 3 days. We've been using Adobe XD and tackling some potential issues and solving some problems using Adobe XD. So Jessica's done a good job. She has lots of. We've been working actually on a couple different projects. The past couple days. What's the plan today? What are you thinking?
On Tuesday, we started an oil change / car wash app, on demand.
I love it.
Oil change car wash app.
I love the whole idea, doesn't it? Who doesn't want that? Like you go into work, you leave for work, your car is clean. Maybe it's gassed up. Ooh, that's also another option. It's like, can you put gas in my car and change the oil? And it's like a new vehicle. That's kind of cool. Yeah, but nonetheless, it looks like you have some gorgeous assets on your screen here. We'll take a look at that if we could. It's so beautiful, I must say. Yeah. But it's really cool. So we're kind of doing a continuation of, this is kind of from day one. Yeah. Let's check this out. That sound good?
So day one, we brainstormed and we talked about the UX process of how to go about starting an app, and the initial process were to think about your target users and how they would use the app, and the main features and benefits that they're looking for on your app. And we talked about this app needs to be very, very simple, very fast. The users don't need to spend extra time reading about instructions on how to use it. It's just something they could download on their phone. Maybe take them 1 to 2 minutes to complete the task, which is to keep everything simple. We're only doing oil change and the car wash.
No, that's cool. And you bring up some good points, because we always approach it from like, this sounds really, really straightforward, but essentially like what's the easiest way to dive into an app? Even when I get an email from somebody who wants me to buy services and stuff, they're telling me about their company. You know what? I'm not interested in your company. I'm not interested in your app. I'm only interested in what you can do for me. And if you can give me an oil change ASAP, that's all I want to know. I don't care about any, you know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
What's the benefits? Like, you got to lead with the benefits. The benefit is, you know what, within a couple clicks, the least amount of decisions, because like you mentioned, even right here, there's no login screen essentially, right? So do you force them to log in initially? You
log in at last,
yeah,
when you do decide to use our service.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want them to have to log in right in the beginning when they don't even know what this app is about.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. So that's cool. And somebody mentioned, I don't see it now, but really liked your app from yesterday. Said the design was beautiful.
The restaurant reservation app. Thank you.
Can you? I don't know if you can easily open that up as we look at all of your personal files on your laptop. That's really what we want to do.
Maybe towards the end.
Toward the end, yeah. Toward the end, we can like open that up. But I definitely want to like kind of show off the work that you've done the past couple of days. So, all right. Sorry if there's. Did the feed paused? This is where we can act like the feed pauses, but all we do is freeze. Just kidding. Hopefully feed's okay. Everything seems fine on this end, but thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Jordy, Nitin, and Hillary. So this is really cool. Can you kind of zoom in on these screens? Are so gorgeous. Can you go like even bigger, like larger with that? Just because we want to see it in all of its glory. Yes, glorious. Shout out to whoever came up with the name. Care, C-A-R, are capitalized. But look at this, like this is so cool. And this is usually where I'll actually do a shout out of even your work, because I think you like the use of sort of like a dark background essentially, right? Because this really does pop off. And as soon as you get in your car, you're like, oh, I need an oil change. You know, it might be at night. Everything is dark there. I don't need a white screen yelling at me, which is, I really like your color palette here. Do you guys like it, Marissa? Do you like the color palette? Like the teal? Are you into teal right now? Or do you go through phases with colors?
Yeah.
You kind of do? Yeah, I do too. I'm all about teal.
And remember, in XD, changing color is super quick.
Oh, man.
Let me show you guys. Let's say I don't like that white border. Let's make it red. No, I don't like this. Let's go back to white. There you go. See, it updates. It updates
and is that
all the
yes.
repeat grid.
So cool.
For you. Wow.
That is way cool. So hopefully everybody's been joining us, because we had Damien and good old Ash Hung was here last night and showed us a bunch of cool tips that we'll probably share throughout the day too. So thanks for hanging out. We got a thumbs up from Kendra, says she does love the color. So
thank you. So on Tuesday, we started the wireframe, and I refined it, put in backgrounds, changed the colors, and I want to continue finishing this app today. And yeah, I'll dive right in and I'll work. And
I have some assignments too. I know you showed me earlier. So essentially, I'm going to be putting together some graphics. We'll kind of show how to share assets really easily, and yeah, so it's going to be good. So awesome. And yes, you're going to have to wait on the Johnny Vino laugh track, because that's not coming in for another hour and 50 minutes. So yeah, you get down to work. I'm going to get down to work too. We have a job to do, people. But I am going to talk to you about something too.
On the login screen, it will be very fast when users could log in through Google, Facebook. But yeah, we also need to put in with their email address if they don't want to use Google or Facebook. So let's do that. I love these guys.
Yes.
Yeah, it just shows you there. Like we have even spacings for all three buttons. And change the color.
Matthias A., I made the laptop skin. But we did give Jessica, you're representing. I don't know if you can show it wide. I like your sticker. Little sticker you put on.
So nice, right?
Adobe Live, yeah. Let's go open that up. Look at that, everybody. So maybe at some point we might even have those as potential giveaway. Which, speaking of giveaways, we'll have one in about 50 minutes, 50. Yeah. So you're doing the straight up email.
Use. Yeah.
while you do that, I kind of want to talk about the contest.
Yes.
It's different today. Yeah. So let me talk about the contest, everybody. So it's day 3. First day, we did transportation. Second day, we did flowers. Day 3, we've increased it almost in the level of complexity, because essentially what you have, and you can go ahead and switch to that big screen. So you're going to download the template that I'm going to show you in a second. So this is the big thing. The theme is social. You're going to download a template from the contest tab, which is right behind where you're chatting. Use the components listed in this template, and then use the share button, publish it, and then just share that link using the bit.ly. Basically enter it in the form. So yes, and that's how you can win Creative Cloud, aside from our random socks giveaway. But I want to kind of check out the file that you will download. Happens to be right here. So again, what you'll do is you'll download it, open it, and you can see the component. I don't even want to give too much away here. I want you to kind of like figure it out. You can change the colors and all that good stuff, but use these in any way you want, and would love to see what you come up with something that just has more restraints. I think people are actually more creative when it comes to restraints. You know, rather than a blue sky, create a design. Well, that doesn't help me at all. Create a design? What? Like anything? Like, I don't know. But tell me, give me these restraints, and I will impress you how out of the box I think with them. So that's the goal. Feel free. Always earlier in the day, as we've noticed, even in Travis's session, the earlier on in the day, the competition is like less fierce. There's less entries, you know, but by the end of the day, they all kind of pile up. So get started now and make it happen. Does that sound good, Matthias and Laura and Kendra and Hillary? Hopefully that works for you. So you can do, Yeah, so answer your question. Looks like you guys are having a conversation in there. You can do vectors in Photoshop. You can right-click and copy SVG from Photoshop. I bounce between Photoshop and Illustrator and XD, just kind of depending on what I need. And since I'm going to be working with you on some graphics, I'm excited because, you know, again, I can create that in XD or anywhere and ultimately share those with you. So... Hello, Eddie. Welcome, my friend. Good to have you here this fine Thursday morning, at least Pacific time. And for those of you who it's evening, congrats, because it's almost Friday. All right. Then what if we just put our heads down and didn't say anything for an hour and a half? This is, I think, kind of interesting. Okay, everybody, we're working now. Do you mind? We're working. Just kidding.
Just kidding, guys. Yeah,
we are here for you.
Yeah, definitely
Mitch.
ask us questions if you don't know how we got from one step to another. Let us know. Yeah,
and it's interesting. So, you know, Jessica has a certain level of experience with XD. She does like quite well. But even in the course of these 3 days, you know, whether it's Johnny or whoever, like everybody's kind of at different stages of skill level and kind of what they work in. And it's cool seeing you as a professional and everybody just like pick up things just like that. Based on your assumptions alone with other apps and things, you're able to pick things up and say, oh, I feel like it should work like this. And it seems to do that. Because we even have Cece, who's going to be in this afternoon, doesn't really use XD a lot, but she's just like picked it up and knocked out an app like nobody's business. I was like super jealous. She was so good.
The benefit of XD, if you use other Adobe products, you're going to pick it up within an hour or two. Yeah. And I'm constantly learning these 2 weeks.
Oh, I know.
On XD.
Man, I mean, myself included, because this is what happened. Like we released new features on Tuesday as well.
Exactly.
Oh man, I gotta show you guys some things. But I also have to work on my project. I have a project to do, right?
Oh yeah.
I do. So essentially what we're building out here, so this is the Good to have you guys here. So we're building out this car app. I'm basically going to build a timetable. I could do this a number of ways. So that's kind of what you need is a timetable. I would typically search through the UI kits if I want something that's semi-standard. I'll see if it's in a UI kit. I will actually go to File, UI kits, and then right down here, this is really cool, Jessica, wireframes. So I'm going to open this up. It links out to Behance. And this is wires. So this has a number of cool components that may or may not have what we need, but I'm definitely going to, use this as a resource again right in here. So this is essentially what I can go ahead and download. So I can download this and work with. Another place I look for resources is, say, for instance, even in Illustrator, because Illustrator, you get free templates. Just go to mobile and you'll find free assets there. So File, New, Mobile, and ooh, interesting. This almost looks like it's called Platforma, but either way, just pointing out resources as we're starting day 3, so you have some assets to build with and sync fonts. All right, you got it, Hillary. It is called Wires on Behance. You could actually search through the different Behance projects as well. I think is kind of fun. So again, even directly from the XD Start menu, I can check out what else is available here. Right in here, resources, what's new, learn and support, provide feedback, and yeah, these are the UI kits from the start screen. So cool. Let's go ahead and switch back over to you. Hey everybody, Hillary's in the house. She's taking over the chat. Ariana, good to see you. Ariana, yeah. She's asking if I have a favorite book. What is this book? Book? You say book? I listen to a lot of audiobooks is what I do. And it's all self-help cheesy stuff. I don't know about you. Do you listen to do you read books or listen to podcasts or have any helpful?
Yeah, I listen to audiobooks, and especially when you're driving, just saves you time.
Yeah.
You're driving and you're absorbing knowledge at the same time.
I can dig up, actually my boss's boss up like 5 levels, like posted a link for a ton of UX and UI resources. So I'm going to dig that up and I can post that to chat. An exhaustive list of resources for you to check out. All right, Ariana, we would get along great if you're reading a lot of self-help. I'm into the cheesiest stuff.
I'm building the navigation drawer.
Oh, good. So, and actually, Jordy's asking that right now. Are you going to get to this from the hamburger menu? Mm-hmm. Is that correct?
Yeah. So we could link this screen to all the hamburger menus, and the navigation drawer will open up with your profile. Roll it down right here. So it will have your profile, your vehicle, history, logout. These are the selections.
There you go, saving that as a TXT file.
Yep, and later I could just drag and drop and have it auto-populate with the repeat grid.
Mm-hmm, I like it. Totally interested in chat or whoever's watching if you have any UX, UI, or design books that you can recommend. The Design of Everyday Things is good. Yeah, just if you have a favorite. Again, just posting to chat. Oh, I love Don't Make Me Think. Don't Make Me Think is a classic. So I just posted a link to an exhaustive list. Oh, there we go. Don't worry, I got it. I got it, Adobe Live team. That's the one I was thinking. Designer Hangouts /books. Plenty of resources out there. Honestly, that's what I like about what we do here is, you know, talking about higher level things and then actually the execution of them as well. You know, solving these sort of real world problems, if you will. Ellen Lupton. Yeah, I like it. I like that, William. Thank you so much for posting that, because like these are I'm also looking at this as saying, hey, you know, could these people be like a potential guests for us as well? So selfishly, we want to know books and people you're interested in. Oh, Steal Like an Artist, Austin Kleon. By the way, there happens to be a Make It show where we interviewed. I got to interview him with Brooke Francesi. And that's on YouTube, the Creative Cloud channel. We interviewed him. One heck of a guy. Really, really awesome. Steal Like an Artist. And that's essentially kind of what we're doing here. It's like, even for this list that you're making, right? This, what do you call this? The drawer that slides out, right? Mm-hmm. Like, this isn't necessarily anything new. We didn't really have to think too much about this because this is a pretty common, you know, UI experience that we would have. And I love how that's looking. Yeah, Austin Kleon's a great guy. Make It show on YouTube, Creative Cloud channel, which is actually where all these videos will end up. Don't go there now, but this weekend you can just watch this over and over and over again, which would be kind of weird, but you can.
Who should we put in here? Name and profile photo.
Hey, what you can do, anyone's really. Do you need me to grab somebody's? Who should we?
Volunteers.
Who are we gonna get?
Yep.
Oh, who are we gonna get? Somebody that we know. Basically, it's our chance to. Can I get somebody for us?
Yeah.
Okay, is that all right?
Sure.
And what I can do is this. Cool. All right. Oh, actually, did you know you could do this? So I hope you don't mind. Like, I just did a quick search. I actually could do a drag and drop. So here I have from the browser to XD in any new file. You could just do a drag and drop with images. Please just make sure you have the rights to use them. But that's something that Damien showed last night, which I thought was pretty cool. From here to here. Boop, just drag and drop. So what I actually ended up doing, since I am sharing this with Jessica, is we are using CC libraries. So you can open CC libraries, and essentially she has this graphic right now.
All right, let me open that up.
Yeah.
Open CC libraries.
And we'll switch over to you. Boop. No, you're good.
Jessica and Paul.
There he is. There's Just some random person we found. Dropping him in.
Go.
Who's that? Who's that classy man? Who's that classy guy? He owns a suit? What? Well, let's not go that far. He owns a jacket and a tie. He's probably wearing shorts, let's just say.
Do you want to spell his name?
Certainly. Is that okay that we used you, Gus? Is that all right? Okay, so shout out to Gus since you asked and we looked out here and we had to pick one of the Gus's. We picked this Gus. Look at you looking like a proper gentleman there. Proper gentleman. Man, you will get a job with that tie on. Look at that. That's how you get paid right there. So Adobe Live team, that's basically one of the many people on the Adobe Live team. He does the work of many, many people.
How about this font to match the rest of the design? It's pretty fun. What do you guys think?
Yeah, you're kind of playing with the colors now. It's always so interesting because, like,
We can always go back and change it.
Yeah.
XD is so simple.
I like it.
Now
Profile
we
your
have
vehicle
this.
history, log out, that slides out. Whoosh. Very cool.
I also want to have a magnifying glass. So users, they could click here and they could change the location, services, and time. I'm gonna make another slide out draw on the right hand side. It's a little unconventional, but it'll be fun to have it in this design.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
When you
So it'll be exactly like this, but it slides in from the right.
Oh, okay.
Well, after you click on the magnifying glass, and you can do searches directly in
That sounds.
in the
Yeah.
box. I'll have these as search boxes. I don't know. It'll be fun. What do you think?
And the thing is I say we try it out and just like see what everybody thinks.
Okay.
That would be great. That would be fantastic. All right. Yeah, I did use your real name. Hopefully that's okay. Guys. Yeah, we'll let you guys know in general. Yeah, essentially we're actually taking next week off, but we will be back the week after that here on behance.net/live. Hopefully you guys are watching right there. So essentially what we have going on is we're going through the creative campaign. So we're bringing in, you know, motion designers, illustrators, graphic designers, like a person from different creative fields. And we're going to work on sort of one theme, which is going to be fun because we're going to see, you know, After Effects for a little bit. We'll dive into probably InDesign to Illustrator to Photoshop. So that's what's coming up in 2 weeks. But we will be taking next week off, which is why I'm glad you guys are with us right now. All right. Yeah, no breaks. Ashley, you're cruel. She's like, stay on, entertain me. I appreciate the love, man. I'm just seriously like happy that you're with us. So, and we're here to tackle what I want to do. Like kind of while you're working on that, I need to still work on my assets. And then I want to show some tips that Damien showed last night because he showed some features that actually are in XD that I did not know about. Really intuitive stuff. Oh,
I want to see it too.
Yeah, it's totally.
We're just constantly learning new stuff. Man, it's so great.
I know. I mean, this could be a number of things. I actually still need to get this squared away because you need a timetable. So I will work on that.
Yes, I'll make a calendar and a timetable. Paul will make the timetable. So users, that's for the screen. where they could select the time slot they want their services to be performed.
Cool. That sounds good. But essentially, yeah. All right. Yeah, we'll just switch over to me to give you a little break and have you focus on some of that. Oh, I happen to pick the worst color ever, and I should know better. There we go, just like a little bit of red. But essentially, anytime I make something and use that red, so this is what I'll do. I'll select this. You might already kind of know of this, but here's my red right here.
Can we use orange? Like
oh, yeah, we totally use orange.
Right here?
Well, actually,
yeah.
I'm thinking, okay, let's use.
So the color theme will be orange and blue and dark.
Okay.
That orange.
So this is a perfect example of where I have, basically a special request where I might be using that, wait for it, color, in multiple places. In fact, let's try with this line. There we go. Even this line, for instance. These are my design elements that I'm working on. Still needs a lot of work, but regardless, these are all being referenced right here in my assets panel to colors, right? So this is the file that I particularly have. The colors are squared away right here. I can right click and I can say edit, because Jessica said, hey, you know what? I'd rather have that be more of an orange. Well, I'm just showing that these colors are actually global colors by default, which I like. So that's what I like. So again, global colors by default is what I'm doing. So look at that. It's like, hey, you wanted it this other color? So I did like all these different shapes, different types, and we could obviously tweak that accordingly and try to get that as close as possible to essentially like what we want. So I really like that. And that goes for everything. So even if this text is here, in fact, if I select everything in here, and that provided there's not a lot in this file, I should open up one that's more advanced. Or even if I opened up this Adobe template contest day 3, like I'll take this file, I'll select everything, and I'll click this plus button, and it will take all the colors from this file and put it right over here, right? So now that they're all in there, again, let's see, changing the color right in here, super easy globally, and as you have more screens, you can see how important this is. So, and not only that, as I select everything, if I want all the character styles, I can click right there, loads them in. Even if I wanted to do symbols, that would happen like on a per asset basis, but you get the idea. So that's what I would do, is like take this template, make all of these assets, and all I did is I selected everything, by the way, and just click the plus button, and it loads it in.
You know why I call it the mini style guide? Mini style guide.
Yep. I like it. It's perfect, because that's exactly what it needs to be. I love it. I love it. All right, that, yeah. Just kind of reading over the comments and checking the time. So yeah, super cool. It's like an Illustrator for the swatches panel now. If you add a color to the swatches panel, it's global color by default. So I'm glad that we're recognizing global colors really should be the default in really any app. So yeah, symbols are powerful, Hillary. And the yellow does pop. Look at you using definitely complementary colors, so that's good. All right, back to work on my timetable where I'm using repeat grid. Do you want something like this? How's this? Oh, maybe it's not hooked up. Do you want something like that? Is this kind of the format you're thinking? And I guess you can change it all you want. I need to jump in and change something like that. Like we haven't really kind of talked about the size, but I just...
Yeah, that's great.
I'll do, okay, Android mobile, perfectly. So when you click on schedule, that's where this will be. So I'll try to lay it out as I follow along with you. And I'll do that.
I think we should have that directly underneath the calendar. So when they tap on the date on the calendar, this will show up with the available time slots in orange and the unavailable ones in gray, maybe.
Gotcha.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that sounds good.
Would that work?
Yeah, it totally works. Totally works for me, so it's good. Hey, Herbert has to go to a marketing seminar. Report back. We wanna know what you think. What did you learn in your marketing seminar? Best of luck. Join us later. I'm basically using just repeat grid. So content in here will be different. So we could do 5 p.m., 6 p.m., 7 p.m., and so on and so forth. Typically, if I want one of these to be different, what I'd end up doing is I would just ungroup this grid when I have all the content in there. So I'd basically like break it apart, and then I'd make some gray out some. You know, another thing you can do, this is something that's kind of tricky, is you can take, copy, paste. I just pasted a second grid on top of it. For the second grid, I can, you know, or actually this one, for this first one, I can change this to gray. Okay, kind of like that. And then take this one that's on top, still place it on top, but then do something like this. Like maybe just these time slots are available. So this gives me like a little bit more flexibility because I can still go in and tweak this color. So yes, that's what I think I'm gonna do because I'm super lazy. Yes, John Eric, who's known to do typos? Like I think when you're designing, typos just come with the territory. Because I feel like even as you're working...
Oh, let me know if I spell anything wrong.
I like that. Ooh, magic. But like, I look at text as like being design elements. So I sometimes overlooked at the fact that, oh, that needs to actually be spelled correctly. So I mess up in that area. Yeah, although I did see yesterday a request for spell check in XD. Would be kind of nice.
Oh yeah.
I just don't use spell check. I don't use spell check a lot because it catches the most random things, and I'm like, okay, I don't know.
It would be great if we could have just spell check universally across all Adobe products.
Yeah. And we have them. Well, we have them in Photoshop. We have them in Illustrator. So yeah, we almost have them in. We have them in most of them. I'm not exactly sure. Yeah. Which ones we don't have it in, but yeah, all good. Okay, people want spell check. Yeah, Tim, good point. So this is what I like, because even if you do you have a certain like a spelling error or whatever, when you publish a prototype, and C-A-R-E, you can always republish to that same link. Because all too often I've done that. I publish something, I'm like, oh no, I need to make a little tweak to it. And you kind of don't want the client to know. You don't want to have to send a new PDF or something and say, sorry, can you open up this one instead? Instead, what do? You just kind of come over here. And yeah, on me, love it. Right over here, I've already have it published, and you just update that link. So nobody has to know, really. Sneaky. And yeah, that's essentially what you do. Click. Ah, so Kendra, I love when InDesign wants to spell internet with a capital letter. Yeah, internet it's supposed to be a capital letter, just essentially. But yeah, it's all good. Well, and another one is, I think, website. We can debate whether website should be one word or two as well, but little things like that. And just so you guys know, you can actually, enter the contest based on, in our contest today, and, you could submit that link and even update it still while I'm talking, and you don't have to again give us a new link. So. Kendra, you are all right. All right. Here's another publishing feature that we have. Looks like I'm already on the screen. Right up here, publish design specs. So again, brand new. We'll publish this. This is our app units based on iOS. Clicking publish, and we're going to have design specs here. So I can, still update that link. Let's open it up. Here we have it. Yes, this is super small. Let's kind of get in on this action. But right over here, as I select this screen, I don't have a lot in it, but it's pulling in all the colors and telling me which character styles I'm using as well. And this isn't tremendously complex, but as I select this first element right here in the middle, I can get all of the various properties, including the guides. As I roll over each one, I can see, the size, rotation, all of those various specific, properties for this element. And what Damien said yesterday is he is looking at sort of extracting this content as well. So what if you could extract SVGs or maybe CSS from this published project? That's what he said last night. So I hope you were here listening to that, but that's some great news, essentially extracting more from this. Because like I just pointed out, this is essentially just a beta that was released 3 days ago. So more coming when it comes to design specs, which is cool. What you do have today, of course, is, selecting all these assets, exporting out, or easily Command E, and then you can export out this to your desktop, and it's going to know. So I can do PNG for iOS, and it's going to give me these different sizes in these different folders named appropriately. So that's what I can do. Click OK. I didn't really go into any other options, but if I go to my desktop, you can see them right here as well. So there's my 2 times, 3 times, and you can check the size right down here. Exported appropriately. You get the idea. All right. Welcome back, Mitch Smith. Who else has joined us within the past 45 minutes? I'm curious. Who has just joined us? Anita. Good to see you, Anita. Looks like you are have been quiet or just joined us as well, and we're on your screen now, just by the way.
Okay.
She was on Facebook a second ago. I'm just joking. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, so Hugo, that's interesting. So, you mentioned fireworks, and I feel like they're, for 10 years, even, after we, released the last version, there are people that were hardcore into fireworks, a contingent that just loved it. And I think essentially what XD is, and I wouldn't be surprised if we had some of the developers, I'd love to find out if we had some of the developers that worked on fireworks who are working on XD. So for those of you who like fireworks, that could potentially be a possibility. But, you know, Adobe did acquire Macromedia. We got all their developers, and we have all those learnings and everything as well. So we're totally aware of the pros and cons of things from the past. But we also know that we're not slicing up images anymore, right? We're not putting things in tables. Does anybody remember that? Putting things in tables? I remember, remember iframes, web? Yeah. Everybody's talking about typos and spelling and stuff. Felicia asks, how are we doing? I'm doing quite well. How are you doing?
Feeling great.
Yeah? Feeling great. Feeling great. Ooh, what is this? Where did this come from? I like it. Or you don't have to tell me. Maybe I'm not supposed to know. You're like, you're showing my screen?
You know. Tell everyone what this is. I think the audience already knows.
I don't know. I actually don't know. Oh, yeah. This came from the Google Material?
Yes.
Yep. Got it.
We've been using this, yeah, for all my designs because I don't know. I just want to do Android and Google Material. That's my thing.
And again, nobody's really that impressed if you're making something from scratch. I'm kind of like, you know, it's just not, yeah. So I'm into it. Oh, by the way, Matthias, you say iframe is still a thing. Let's think about that, because essentially iframe, what did iframes do on the web? It was a separate HTML page, like stuck at the top, so it kept your navigation consistent. But bookmarking and all that got to be really difficult. So that was its shortcomings. But nowadays, what are we asking for and kind of what do we want? We want to have sticky menus, right? And that's one of the big requests we have in XD is to have a menu persistent at the top or at the bottom. And like Damien said last night, they're actively working on that and was talking through solutions for that as well. So what was once iframe is, we're basically talking about sticky menus today. Oh, Hector, Macromedia was before your time.
Let's do today's date.
Yeah, Shelby, I mean iframes, basically.
November 16.
We were talking about tables. I remember putting images in tables to make a whole composition, but there were just a bunch of little graphics and iframes as well. So, okay, good. Anita, great questions asking about what's your thoughts on using InDesign for iPhones and iPads. You're knee-deep in a course with Brian Wood, which gotta love Brian Wood. It's great. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we can talk about this all day long. So if you're used to using InDesign, great. You know, you can do the publish for web, essentially, from InDesign and it will actually give you the HTML for that sort of print file is what you're doing there. Another thing you could do is make EPUBs, but InDesign is meant for print, and that's the short of it. So you're kind of taking your skills as a print designer and forcing them onto the iPhone, which is not the best way to go. If you're going to make something for iPhone, like obviously you probably want to start with apps that make content for mobile. And InDesign does print, so I don't know if that really answers your question. But InDesign is not a tool specifically for iPhones and iPads. It's good if you already have content in InDesign and publications. So, and Mitch Smith just says that you focused a lot on Flash and ActionScript in school and not enough on HTML and CSS. That information is not necessarily lost. Like, you know, ActionScript is based on the same standards as JavaScript. So you just learned a coding language. And those coding fundamentals, like, don't change. So, you know, in fact, I feel like HTML and CSS is a lot simpler than ActionScript. So you're probably a lot smarter than you think. I'm not kidding when I say that. So, man, you guys are smart. I love this group. I love everybody here. Shelby is talking about in emails, you know, tables haven't gone away because Yeah, and emails tables haven't gone away because you're using this older technology in emails, so that stuff's live and kicking. You still have to do inline CSS in emails, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm rambling on. You're just working away. Hopefully this helps, but by all means, chime up. I like how this is looking because you started with it one way and now you're kind of formatting it to meet your design.
Yeah, that's the benefit of having the UI kit. You could copy paste, and once you get the formats down, change the colors, change the fonts, resize it, play around with it until you get the design that matches the rest of your screens.
Yeah, it's looking really good. Because I was looking at chat, I saw the initial like Google material like, you know, default design, and then I glance over and it looks entirely different. So yeah, looking quite wonderful. Oh, Felicia. So yeah, I mean, honestly, a lot needs to be said for having a really good instructor, whether you're learning CSS or HTML or whatever. A lot needs to be said for a good instructor. Sorry the course isn't working out for you, Felicia.
Somehow I'm having trouble selecting these individuals. Oh, there you go. Okay.
Oh, Hugo does confirm. Actually, you can put CSS in the head tab for emails.
All right, there you go.
So, Anita mentions Adobe Dimension. Obviously, we're talking about UX and UI this week. Adobe Dimension allows you to do 3D, essentially make 3D composites and things. We talked about it last week. Was it last? Maybe 2 weeks ago, actually. 8 megs of RAM is not a lot, but basically when you dive into 3D, expect for your fan to kick on your computer. 8 gigs isn't a lot, but it will still work. Because Adobe Dimension is, again, allows you to do 3D compositing, and it's at 1.0 as well. Like XD, it hit 1.0, so this is the perfect time to get into it. I encourage you to download and just run with it. So, yeah. All right, so we have about 7 minutes, and then we're going to do, I don't know, maybe a free giveaway of these. What? You know, like dollar bills, y'all. I think somebody's at the door. Dollar bill. Look at these socks. Everybody likes the socks. We're running low, so I don't know what we're gonna have to do. The thought was like we might have to just start giving one away at a time. So you're either gonna get the left one or the right one. I'm just joking. Which also, again, can also be a sock puppet, as we know. So you can have a lot of fun with it, essentially. But I had no idea these would be so popular. Not only these, but we have some fantastic prints to give out as well. So that's in about 7 minutes. Not yet, everybody, but there are the limited edition prints, handcrafted with care. And essentially we have Robzilla and a couple other designers working on things.
Paul, I do have a question.
Yeah.
Can we just select everything and change the color at once? We couldn't do that yet, huh?
Yeah, what are you looking at changing once you select it all?
For all these numbers.
You should be able to. Okay, so that looks. Yeah, let's try. Let's just try it. Select it all. Oh, so that's the problem is
change the color.
Yeah. And are they grouped? Let me just kind of see how this is.
I ungrouped everything. So now.
All right, so yeah, looks like we. Let me just zoom in. So let's do some troubleshooting, because this little character. Wow. Okay, so It's from Google Material. He actually, that is finally a font. So he's still grouped, though, is what's happening. So we need to ungroup him some more, because each one of these right here. So I'm select this, boop, and then ungroup again. There we go. And now we can change it.
Yay.
So you just, yeah, ungroup them a couple more times. Yeah, that was a little tricky. Yeah. And this is a case where probably I would use the layers panel, like lock the background and maybe lock that background color.
Oh, yeah.
And then you're going to be able to select each one of those rows. All right. Hello, Gabriel from Romania. Good to have you here, my friend. Oh, Michael Roos has a Tina Tooley print. Tina is amazing. She's in Europe. I'm not sure where she lives exactly, but she's an amazing designer. I think she works mostly in Illustrator, and she's just absolutely wonderful. So I don't have anything to show of hers, but I think if you're following on Twitter, Creative Cloud, I think they just sent out a post on her this morning because she's pretty impressive. So lots going on. Oh, another thing. Oh, there's so many things. Can I just kind of talk about? Yeah, we can switch to me. So a couple of things here. Here we have this. Look at this businessman. Look at this businessman. I could totally see this in like on some stock photography site. Insert businessman here. Gus, how would you like to be in every stock photo at like everywhere? Like you'll find yourself. That'd be hilarious. But all this is a circle, and I just filled it in with a photo, by the way. Pretty simple. I did want to show that anytime we want to reshape something, you would think that this is a circle. If I double click, I get the Bezier points, and I can reshape this any way I want, right? So we need more room for his head. You get the idea. That's not even what I want to show you, but like essentially what's happening with this border is on the inside. Notice how it's on the inside. And what Damien showed last night is how you can control that border from being on the inside versus middle versus outside. So obviously I don't have that build, but that's what you can do is control where that line lands. And that's hopefully, that is coming soon, according to Damien, as he said last night. But also you could use Illustrator, and anything in Illustrator that you do can be carried over as well. So if you do want the properties of that circle, as I do this right now in Illustrator, flip it. So here's the stroke at 10 point. Notice how it's in the middle. I can copy that and paste it, and it will come in accordingly. So there is that. You can see how large that is. So see how it came in the middle. So we respect all properties of assets being pasted in. Another question we get is about gradients. So right here for this sphere, I can click on the color and then change this to gradient, but we currently just have linear, right? And if I want radial, and I happen to use a radial gradient in Illustrator, that will be respected as well as I change this to radial and adjust it like that. That will be respected as I paste it into XD. So again, just some quick tips for you. Because again, XD, should do everything you need it to do, but it's also not trying to be Illustrator. For what it's worth, because we already have Illustrator. So there's that. That's a good question, Shelby. Thank you so much for asking that. Who works in Illustrator and then does a copy and paste? Like who's using Illustrator in chat or is watching? I love this. Boop, boop. All right, so lots happening in chat right now. Anita uses Illustrator. Manuela uses it sometimes. Mitch, you use AI but not XD. Kendra. Depends on the day for her. Tim, smart cookie, smart man. So you use Photoshop and Illustrator, and that's what I like to see. It's like you're using the best tool for the job. And even if you're using vectors in Photoshop, you can copy those SVGs. Ooh, look at that. Adobe Live Team says, hey, I'm going to choose a winner in 1 minute. Get in there, say hello, and let us know how you're doing. Cheers, folks. How you doing over here? Doing good? I have one job. You gave me one job and I haven't finished it. It's been like 45 minutes. I'm so sorry. I'm still working on this.
Oh yeah, now
Don't
you
hate
just need
me.
to change the time.
Oh yeah, I do. You're good.
Yeah, you could either do it manually in here, or you could just have the text file. So
Oh, that's what I should do. That's a good idea, because I should just have that like at the ready and just make it happen. 11 p.m. is getting pretty late for, and I'm sorry for this timetable for getting the oil, my oil. I want my oil changed at midnight, you know, or 1 a.m. Disregard that, but hey, I need to work on this. This is why you're good at this, and I'm just the person that disrupts you. All right.
There's something I want to mention really quick.
Yeah.
So I believe there's nothing above this layer here. Oh, there you go. Yeah, sometimes the color will look different on top of different backgrounds, because it's just like an optical thing.
Oh,
Your
yeah.
eyes will perceive the color differently when it's on different color
Yeah.
backgrounds. Yep. And so sometimes I go in and I check the opacity, and I check the color again, see if I use the right swatch, you know, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I saw my opacity was down, and then yeah, this is much better.
And that's a good point, because like if you select that circle again, and then if you actually go into the fill color, so you have transparency right there, and then if you click on the fill color, you have that transparency slider on the side. So essentially you have two places where the transparency can be off. So just be aware of that. Yeah, good point. All right. All right, everybody's saying, hey, we're looking. We see socks. That's a song. Socks. Anybody know it? And everybody's saying hello and saying, look, I guess we have Kendra Bollinger? We'll say Bollinger. Kendra, congratulations. You win not only limited edition print, but these fabulous socks that I've been wearing all morning. So enjoy these fabulous used. Actually, they're brand new. Trust me, they're going to be brand new socks, Adobe XD socks, as well as a poster. So congratulations to you. You're going to get both of them, not only the left one, but the right one as well. Or is it this way? I forget. So congratulations. We do giveaways. Actually, every hour the giveaways vary. But congratulations, Kendra, because she's actually been with us, I think, the past like 3 days and active in chat. So there's lots of people I want to win, and she's one of them. So congrats. All right. Your feet are not going to be cold. But hopefully you feel warm right here, because you want something. So. All right. Munir, Brendan, awesome. You're congratulating Kendra. You are all good sports. I appreciate it. All right. So. Okay. want to show something else real fast. So we are working together. Jessica's humoring me. She's like, oh, maybe you could do this little task, Paul, to make you feel like you're doing something important, which is essentially this file. So, you know, we were using CC libraries, but what I can also do is I can save this. And I'm saving this to, right here, Creative Cloud Files. So this is how we can share files between each other. Works really similar to basically Dropbox. This is Timetable. Probably still needs work, but the thing is now that I have it saved there, I can do all the updates and it will appear in that folder again, just like good old Dropbox.
Did you put it in
Oh,
this
yeah.
folder?
Boom, boom, boom,
Yay.
bam.
And I could open it
Yeah,
right
no
away.
sleight of hand going on here. That just happened.
Open it right away from my computer.
There's that business gentleman from some stock site. That can't be a real person. All right. What's up, Heyo Hezekiah? There you go. Matthias, I think you didn't you win Creative Cloud though? I know you want socks, but Janet. Boom, Matthias won Creative Cloud for a year, and you can too. I'm going to be looking at that at our list in a second, but we have a contest, and we'll be picking a winner in about. I'll be reviewing those designs in about 12. I want to do it at 12:30, so basically in like 23 minutes. The theme is social. What's different here is you have a template that you need to download and use those assets. You can see it off to right above me. Boop, right here. You can adjust the value maybe. And hit the share button to get that link. Post that link to the bit.ly. Basically, it's that form, and that's how we get it. And from there, we will review those designs and then pick a winner. So yeah. All right. Let's take a look at that too, by the way.
Let's see. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
All right. Right on. Looks like we see we're getting some submissions in. Thank you for that. Good, good. All right, Michael. Looks like you won a year of Creative Cloud back in March. That's awesome. So it's still good for another 4 months. But we just appreciate you guys being here. We don't want to bribe you. Hopefully we want you to learn, and I don't know. I know for me, you work from home as well, right?
Sometimes, yeah.
And then do you also have an office?
Yeah.
Okay. And it just kind of depends on how you're feeling, or what determines whether you go into the office or not. Whether you want
Traffic condition.
Yeah.
I want to save time because, I mean, the 2 hours you get stuck in traffic, you could have gotten a good file finished.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. And you're in Arcadia,
California. Yes.
California, which is basically LA.
Yeah, suburb.
Suburb.
LA. Yeah.
It's cool. Do you like it?
It's very chill. Mm-hmm.
And even if you've already won, we're totally game for showing your prototypes. So feel free. All right, looks like we have, I won't show them right now, but thank you so much. We did get them. We have Andis. We'll be showing Andis's design, Mia's, and Cyril's as well. I think I'm like Michael. He mentioned this today. He's a professional at mispronouncing names. I'm pretty good at mispronouncing names.
I need help again, Paul.
You got it. I am here for you.
So last time I did right click and I could ungroup, take this out of
the repeat
grid and it's which one do I click?
Oh yeah, I think you're drilled down a little too deep. So click off.
Okay.
And now click once. Now since we see those bars,
now
we can ungroup.
Grid. There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
All right.
And I did something tricky. Because I have one repeat grid on top of another.
Oh. Let me save this one. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, perfect. Cool. Oh yeah, that works. I feel like you did a lot of the work that I was supposed to do.
No, it's all nice. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay.
Wow, that's full on schedule. You are good. You are very...
I want this to look realistic.
You are very good. I like it.
Okay, let's see. So ungroup grid. This is where you can change the individual items without it affecting other repeat grid items.
Yeah. I like it, and that just works out pretty well. I mean,
this right here. Yeah, there you go.
And I've seen people do that, like even Cece on Tuesday would work with so many repeat grids just to give like her a starting point, because she might need 4 items. She'll type in one text line, repeat grid, and then immediately like ungroup it, just because it gives her 4 elements. So she was doing that a lot, and I was like, oh, that's pretty good.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Okay. Okay, what else do we need? So we have, let's go back to the home page. We have the steps. Select your location, which is right here. We have the map, and then select your services, which is here. Take a tap on one of these, and then log in to bring you to this screen.
Should we?
And then time, it's like right here. What else do we need?
That's pretty good.
And then, let's see.
I think we definitely need, like, once you select the time, like,
what's next?
you just probably need a confirmation screen saying.
How about the payment? Amazon Pay, Google Wallet. Is it called Apple Pay?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that.
We could do.
Yeah, we have time for that. Right?
Definitely PayPal.
PayPal. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. So yeah, because a lot of that stuff that those assets that are, like PayPal logo, stuff like that. This is something I'd have to take a look at, but I'm actually just in Illustrator. I'm trying to find, like, where are those resources? Like, you should be able to find a PayPal logo out there. Like, I could actually dig that up. I know for general social media and different icons, there's plenty of them out there. Here's an app icon kit.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I don't know, all sorts of things. So I'll kind of look for PayPal, so you don't have to spend time doing that. Some of those things. So, all right, how you guys doing?
It looks like it has a border, does it? Then I click on it. There's no border. Let's see.
All right, hard to keep up with chat and work at the same time, but Janet, you can keep building screens for days. So yeah, if we show it, say within the next, so in 15 minutes, I'll start showing some of those submissions. Obviously, if we don't get to it, just kind of get rolled over into with our next guest. So that's what's going to happen.
Yep. Let's finish this screen in 15 minutes. I'll link everything. And then we can view the prototype. And then we could go to the submissions.
Yeah, put that together.
Is that good timing?
Yeah. So yeah, we'll definitely... hold on, I'm not quite ready yet. Yes.
Do you find the...
I'm going to do that right now. I'm just doing a little screenshot.
No problem.
And let's do this.
I don't need this anymore.
All right. Sorry, I'm such a loud typer. I feel like everybody hears it. There we go. Yeah, there we go. I'm just going to put this in our Creative Cloud Files folder. It's just a PayPal SVG.
Okay.
Does that work for you?
Okay. And
what do you want? You want me to try like find maybe like Apple Pay or something?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if Apple Pay. So where I'm at right now, check this out. Like this is like old school, but there's this site called Brands of the World.
Mm-hmm. Then you could get the logo.
I don't even know if they have the rights to distribute all these logos. But the thing is, like PayPal already distributes them. So like, not that you need to see that, but PayPal already distributes. There we go. Their logos. So, but anyway, so Brands of the World will actually give you vector logos. So that's where I got it. And all I did is put it right in the folder that we've been working with, which is this inside of Creative Cloud Files. And now you have it. So that's essentially what happened.
Nice.
Yeah, so that should work.
Okay. CC libraries.
Oh yeah, sorry I didn't put it in there. I put it in the files.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay. PayPal SVG.
Boop.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
and you maybe you didn't want that, but yeah, it's SVG, so that should work.
It's not what I want. I will do this instead. I will have it.
Yeah, and you can just drag it on like right there, as long as you don't. Yeah, you know what's up.
There we go.
Don't listen to me.
There are just so many different ways to accomplish the same result.
Yeah.
So as designers, we should just explore and find what works best for you.
Mm-hmm. And really, like, sometimes you just don't know. You just, you know, you just kind of play with it, see what works, what doesn't, tweak it. Like you even said about the colors. You know, colors vary depending on the background that it's on. Like, obviously, this gets awfully dark, you know. I'm sure if we looked at PayPal standards for their logo, we could easily change this to white and be perfectly fine.
So this is my next question for you. Is there a way we could... Let me double click on this. Let me see if this works. Change the fill color on this?
Yeah, you can totally change the fill color. In fact, I will not on my screen, but yeah. So, in fact, so this is all vector. Sorry, can I drive?
Yeah.
So annoying. I know that's, but you could basically ungroup this and break this part, or what you could do is like just double click inside of it, and eventually you'll be able to select all of these elements.
So it's the same method with that grid. I mean, the calendar dates.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go. Okay.
And then actually, if we take a look at it with this selected, so this is PayPal right over here. I don't know. So these are like all of the elements right in here. Let's see if we could shift select all of those. I'd actually ungroup all of them. See, they're all paths. Looks like there's one mask in there, which is kind of interesting. Not sure what that is. I could probably get rid of that. Or not. Bring it back. Bring it back. Ungroup mask. Again, this is something that... good Lord. Yeah, it's a matter of just diving in here and selecting each one of these. What I would do is I would use, you know, use one of these like global colors as we take a look at it. Is what I would do. And I'm still not all the way in there. See, as I double click, and now hopefully I finally have that color selected. There we go. Let's zoom in on this too. This is way too hard to see. Right here. So now I'm just going to select that first white color, but it's a matter of clicking in and changing all of these. We could spend more time and, you know, sort of ungroup them and stuff like that, but yeah, that's what I was doing. This works. This is our life as a designer, is like, you know, these little details, digging in, changing, and the nice thing is once we have all this done, if you can get it selected, you know, it's all linked to that global color. This is probably the hardest one to do, is this TM right over here. There you are. Click. One more. Wait for it. There it is. All right, cool. I can always hit edit, and then the whole thing is going to change accordingly. But now it's all squared away. And the thing is like we didn't make that vector object, but so it was kind of hard to pick apart.
Yeah, this is just the process.
That looks very clean. Totally works. All right, Johnny Vino's in the house, everybody. He's in here doing his morning yoga. I like it. Like he does every day. He comes in here, he does yoga right here. We have beautiful windows, floor to ceiling, glass windows looking out onto the bay. He does his morning yoga, and it's a very peaceful morning. They don't use the TM, so you can drop it. Hey, I don't know. I don't know if I have I don't have the authority. Like, I'm not going to, like, we already did enough. Like, I would have to go back in and check PayPal. But yes, TM is like one of those things that we'll have to.
All right. So we need 2 more. And the last one will be credit card. I'll just use a credit card icon for the last one. And
Yeah.
It could be any other two payment methods.
Yeah. And I would say I wouldn't even worry too much about like or whatever. Maybe just do PayPal and credit card. But we should link all these screens together.
Okay.
Yeah. So I would do that over filling out those last 2 boxes.
All right.
If I ruled the world.
And
Johnny Vino.
I'm going to use Adobe stock again. There are so many ways you could get different icons. But yeah, let's use Adobe stock. I'll say credit card icon.
Thank you, Sean Parsons. We have yours in, and Kelsey Niehaus will be looking at yours. So thank you so much. There's a chance I might miss some, but I think I got most of them. All right. Cool. So it looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 6. Seven. Actually, looks like somebody already won. But looks like we have a music social app. It looks like we have some nice work. Cyril, thank you for your entry as well. So thank you, Sean. Donna Cruz just got one in too. Very nice. And I have a question. I guess I have a question for the Adobe Live team. I guess I know nobody's asked this, but like, I mean, I could easily, within 1 hour, could I submit like 3 if I want to? As long as they're all different, you could submit 3. And that's what happens sometimes. Okay, good. Yeah, just curious. So, all right. In 2 minutes, we're going to review these. What do you want to do? Do you want to work on that? Do you want me to review these? I don't want to distract you from doing your work, really.
Yeah, I'm almost done. No, you could start, and then.
Okay, I'll start, and then I'm going to point out some things over here, and
Okay.
kind of like when I need your attention. All right. Top Dog by Donna Cruz. Who doesn't love puppies and dogs? Look at this. Look at these smiling dogs. Just look at this. Just look. This is adorable. You're winning the adorable game.
So cute.
So cute. Look at them smiling. They're just happy. Oh, man. You know, I swear, if everybody just woke up and, like, just pet a dog in the morning every day, like, I think the world would be a better place. Enter information for your dog. So I'm not quite sure what the goal here is, but qualities of your dog: loves fire hydrants, fearless, shoe biter. This is great. Cooper. Cuteness, lovable. Let's dive into this again. Okay, these are the 3 screens. So this is Top Dog. Essentially, you're entering in information about your dog. I don't know if this is like a dog matching service, because that's what it looks like. It's like, hey, Cooper meet so-and-so. That's kind of what it's like Tinder for dogs. Is that what's happening? I don't know. Dogs need love too, I guess. Nonetheless, great design. I don't really see the components in here, so I'm a little concerned about this one, although it does have a social aspect to it. So right in here, I think it says, I don't know, I feel like there should be a social aspect to this. So let's move on. Social media app, sorry I do not have the name, but they went full on, full screen. You can log into your account right over here. Social media, this is sort of like a social media site. I love how large this is, like super vast. You can click on this icon over here and message other people. This is kind of cool. Like, I like this big experience. Ooh, they have this right up here. I'm going to point this out because this is like a little control widget. So as you click on it, you can go from messaging to friending people to maybe jumping to somebody's profile.
That's
maybe
neat. That's neat.
Yeah,
I like it.
I like this. Like, this stands out because it's definitely unique. And there's more screens. There's a lot of screens. Log in with Facebook. Let me just click through these screens. This might take a second. The latest and biggest network in the world. Welcome. So what do you have here? It's called multi-work. Create your profile, your gender, agree to your terms and conditions. Really, they thought through a lot of this. And you've built your profile. From there, again, looks like Alyssa is really into food. Lots of posts about that. And then the messaging screen with the widget up in the upper left, as we pointed out. And then here are all your friends in certain categories. And there we go. This widget is what's changing right over here. Boop. Congrats on that one. That one's fantastic. Let's go to change. This XD social. So this is a whole social media app. I would have to kind of dig in and see if I saw the widgets. The widgets are right here. You can see one there, so that's good. It looks like they meet the requirements and is super robust. We have a change design. So log in, sign up, welcome Mia. Let's go into credit card information. Your charities that you give to, all the donation activity settings. So look at this, like all of these buttons are all active. This is like almost done. This is like almost a done app. So I think that's okay. So that takes you back to the beginning. But again, like 14 screens as we dive into this. Welcome, Mia. Here's your round to your donations to date, apparently. Track payments, charities nearby. Yeah, good job. Very nice. And again, here's the component that we have people using. So I can always open up that file. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, right over here, this is the template that everybody's using. Should actually look blue like this, but you can see these different circles and assets. You can see they've used them all. So I'd say this is a big time contender. Socialite, ooh, this is nice. Socialite event planner. Oh, I love it. I love the name. Yeah, that's nice, right?
I feel like I just opened my Google.
And,
my social media on Google newsfeed.
I like it, which means this is like totally relatable. Like you get exactly what's going on. The different components down here. You can create an event. Scrolling down, publish that event. This is a case where I can't wait till we have like sticky menus, like right here. Damien talked about that, but having that consistent on the bottom, like I can't wait till that's a feature in XD because we'd want that. Here's the slider for the time. Wonderful. You can see upcoming events. Getting to the last screen. Yeah. Very cool. Yeah, I'm going. I'm totally interested in going to that event. Boom. I'm attending. All right. You guys digging this? All right. Next up, we have something called Lunch Up. What are people eating today? All right. You can choose Mexican food, or Chinese food. Let's take this one. We can click on this profile. Nice. Again, social media app for meeting up. Let's click next. That's his bio, so both of those go to the bio page. Down here we have, again, the category, and then all of the components that are in the template file are down here, colored accordingly. I like this design. This looks really good. And this is where photography like really is working. It's just, you know, it's a nice,
Very
nice,
clean,
yeah, nice clean page.
Yeah.
All right. Yes, Kelsey, I 100% agree with you. Like, I love seeing what people are coming up with. There's more information. We can scroll down. I really like fried rice. This would be the easiest restaurant to work at because all they make is fried rice. Like, here's the menu, fried rice. Congratulations, though. It's beautiful. All right. This was one of the earlier ones that actually was submitted. We have Tina. We have Swiss Miss there. That's her photo. We can collaborate on a photo project with Tina. You can meet up with her Thursday, April 3rd. And then we have our first initial screen. So good job there. We already went through that one. And looks like we have one more, and then I'll check the entries that I've received since I've opened up these tabs. But we have a social music app. So right in here, social music, this is great. Say, hey, you know, I love that song. Yes. Add some comments to it. And you can do this, by the way, like these, looks like there's not a lot of clickable areas. So I'm just going through the different screens, but I really like this design. You know, this is pretty clean.
Music app, nice.
Yeah, just kind of music, commenting, and sharing and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I like it. And this must be Kendra's. Kendra, is this yours? This is great. All right, we'll just switch. Maybe we'll switch over to you. Oh, look at you doing something fancy. Thank you.
There you go. We could preview it on my phone. And we could preview it on the desktop as well.
Is this good? Do you wanna, is it?
All right, let's preview it.
I kind of just want to show, I want to show, yeah, can we?
Yeah.
You could show it there, we could show it here. Like, I think this, actually we'll use this.
Oh, okay.
We don't, because it'll be kind of small. And how, I want to kind of show, like, how did you get to this screen? This is, oh, we got some glare. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Right up in the mix. There we are. So, how did you get to this? How did you get this file here, by the way? Did you?
So what I did, I download Creative Cloud. And now it will sync anything that I drop into my Creative Cloud folder from my desktop. It will sync to my phone.
Okay.
And you also have to download the Adobe XD app. And this will automatically update the files. It has to be XD files inside the Creative Cloud folder. And then you will have the list of XD files here. And the one that we just finished is the Care app. Open it up. And you can preview it here. So there is this one issue with the fonts.
Yeah, so we can't be sharing other people's fonts because we don't have the rights to do that. but nonetheless, like it looks really good. Like
yeah, but
still
other
working.
than that, it's perfect. You could live preview it, and
there we are.
there.
Log in. I like it. There's the calendar, and we're really kind of getting a feel for, even the size of everything. Ah, nice. This is fantastic. Sorry.
And yeah, so I'm previewing it on the phone, and oh, okay, I saw some mistakes here, and I could go back onto my desktop and make changes right away. And if I save the file again, it would just really quickly automatically update it. It will sync it to the file on my phone. And
very cool.
Yep, see right there, we can't click anywhere. So I'm gonna come back in here and redo the linking.
Sweet.
Yeah.
But that's good, and that's one way. Also, if you're on Mac, iPhone, you can tether it and sync it and see that content move around seamlessly, which is really cool. But this is nice because you can take this with you to the client.
Exactly.
Even once because we're troubleshooting it right now because we've experienced some things since we got it on the device. And again, we can take this with us, which is really cool. Okay. Looks like we have, Gus, looks like we have some fields in that are highlighted. Okay, cool. Oh, good. So we do have more entries. This is really exciting. Oh, yeah. You guys are making me sick. These are so cool. This one's updated. Sorry. Still working on this.
Can you go back to? No.
Yeah, I gotta like I'm gonna open them up in tabs and.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at it.
Can't be looking at my. Can't show you too much behind the scenes. Oh, this is fun. So. Wow, we have more to cover.
I'm live previewing it on inside a browser, and once again you can check everything.
Nice. Very cool. And you have that saved, so if it's saved, you can view it on your mobile device too.
Yeah, we could go back to the
Very
phone
nice.
and look at it later.
And if you even look at this on your phone in a browser, it will fill the screen too. Okay. Oh, Hillary, you are correct. The map is the star. That map is gorgeous. When I look at that map, I'm like, that is gorgeous. I love it.
Yeah, I try to go with the colors of our theme.
Really cool. I just like that glow.
Glowing.
So hot. It's hot. I'm into it. It's just like, how else would you describe that? Just like gorgeous. I'm into it. All right, I gotta stop. We have a lot of gorgeous screens over here, by the way. I mean, look at this. We'll switch over to Moi. So this artist app, again, like kind of a similar, dark screen, very elegant. They've used the components, so we can go in here to notifications.
Oh, that's very smooth.
I like this because it says payday and it has checkboxes. Like any app that has those buttons, I'm like, yeah, payday, yeah, let's do this. Here's the component. Look at what they did there. They blurred this out. So use background blur. Oh, so good.
Yeah, this looks like a finished product. Like I wouldn't even know that. Oh, this is something that someone submitted for a contest. I would just think that it's screenshot from a real app.
Put this in your portfolio, right? When you say, and that's another thing. Like,
and what's the name of this app?
It is called just Artist App.
Okay.
So
nice.
They're using all the components. There's great screens. They're using background blur, and it's just the subtlety of it all. You know, let's get into some of these other screens. They have the little drawer, slides out, slide back. Oh, I like how they notice how they rotated this. Right? Are you guys not impressed? Who made this? I could look back at the spreadsheet, but I want to know if you can chime in. Hopefully you're watching. You did a fantastic job. Just saying. Let's dive into social food, which is also good. Dark background. I know what to focus on, because even as you look around, like I might look at the camera, but the background technically is blurred out to me. You know what I'm saying? So this is the natural way of viewing things is with a sort of a blurred background.
Yes, and it's easy on the developers because they could just set all the backgrounds to be a blurry and darker version of whatever photo you have on the top. And then it looks nice, and you know, it's very simple to work with. Yes.
So let's go into the fourth screen. Okay, so they do have a drawer here as well. So click here, and then the arrow, and you were just implementing this as well. Very familiar, and eat it. Yeah. Great colors, and it's on its way. Getting me hungry. We looked at that. Look, a couple more right here. So this one actually has been updated, so we'll give this one a quick shout out. More screens. So we have a chat, which is a new feature. Okay, and all of these buttons are now working. Collaborate, gift, you know. Ideally, like, you would slide the direction the dot is. Does that make sense? If I'm going from right to left, the transition should be from right to left. But still a great job, and the design's super clean. I'm into it. Let's go into laced coin. Let's continue with Facebook. Onboarding title. Let's kind of click through the onboarding experience. Your avatar, sort of setting up your social media profile, and then we'll get into all of our friends.
Oh, I see a photo of me.
Where are you? Right here.
Yeah, right there.
That's so nice. We're your friends.
All my friends.
Even if it's a fake app, we're okay. It still is nice. So we have friends on a fake app. Log in. Great. Using the keyboard. Man, these are getting better and better, and I knew this was going to happen. Another social app real fast. Be the change you wish to see in the world. I like it. I like this aspect of social media. Charities. Help children get education. We have this progress bar. We can click in. Here again, did a great job using this component. I think I hear the door. And I could be wrong. The person's profile, and then back to the first screen. So I'll just click through all these, just make sure I got them all. Great theme, great works, great, fantastic. You're hired. You're hired. This is going to be very hard to go through these.
You guys are so talented. I'm amazed by the quality of work I've seen these 3 days.
And fast, because literally everybody was just given this theme this morning. I said, hey, you know, here's a theme. We made it harder. Here's a template file that you have to use this stuff and go.
You guys are so talented.
Like, I want to know if you made one of these that I have shown, just, you know, tell us what the title is, because we want to make sure you get the, you know, the props that you deserve, right? We'll switch back to yours real fast, and I'll kind of get this refined to the top couple real fast.
Yes.
And how is yours looking? I think yours is actually pretty squared away, yeah?
I'm going to, well, actually, since we already put the GoPro away, and yeah, I mean, as designers, we all know the last step is always to go back and double check everything, spellings. Are you naming the layers? Are you naming the different screens? All that good stuff. Payment.
This is really gonna get really hard. Okay, so Shavaraj already won. That was the, just so you know, the life care. That one already won, so that's why that one's out of the mix. And Socialite already won that app. So congratulations to Kelsey. Kelsey was the social app. Socialite. All right, so I have it to our top 6. All right. Let's show these off. We have probably about 4 minutes or so. So let's kind of dive into these. These are the sort of the top 6 kind of based. Some people already won. Some people just submitted them for fun. So have we the music social app, which is very clean, works out great. About 6 screens. We have this change one. This change has 14 screens. So I think they thought through a lot of stuff, which is good. So there's that one. Social media, the one I thought this was unique because they have this interesting little modular feature right up here, and they did a full-on experience, you know, full page. Artist app, this is just straight up gorgeous. Let's just call it what it is. Awesome. Social food actually was really strong as well. Easy to follow, makes me hungry. Good choice of colors. And then I liked this. I liked this map right here. This is just looks cool visually as well. So I thought this was pretty good. And I'll just kind of click through these. You can kind of see that onboarding experience. All right. So those are all of the. Which ones stick out to you? You can name a couple if you want to.
I really like the artist app.
Okay.
This one.
I do too.
And I think all of your work, there's I don't know, they're all really good. They're
interesting to see what you guys think as well. So again, I'm just trying to pick the top 3, and I think it would come down to
it's very hard to make a decision.
I think it actually comes down to these 2. Right? They might be similar. They're kind of like your style. Which one are you leaning toward?
Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
I really like this one on the right.
Oh yeah, you guys knew it. The artist app. Congratulations. I do not know. We'll find out in a second. Let us know if you made this. I'll check the name here in a second. If you give me a second. But congratulations. It's actually just like very elegant. It's only 5 screens, you know. Doesn't take a lot of muscle, you know. This is very cool and used all the components. So congratulations. You win 1 year of Creative Cloud. Yay. Congratulations. Fantastic. It is Joe McLean. Good job, Joe McLean. You did a great job. You're a fantastic designer. All just very elegant and very slick. So thank you so much, Joe. And thank you, Jessica. Thank you so much for coming today. We're kind of getting down to our last couple minutes, maybe. Last couple minutes. How you feeling?
Yeah, it's so great to be here, and I get to interact with everyone, and the quality of work you guys are doing is amazing. And I wish I could give everyone prizes.
I know.
But yeah, good job, guys, and keep up the good work. You know.
Yeah.
And we'll connect online. You could go to my Behance and send me messages if you guys have questions. Yeah.
Exactly. So that's the best way to kind of just kind of stay in touch with you. Is I'm trying to get there. It's behance.net / here we go.
Jessica Zhang, and then the letter
there we
B
go.
and
BH.
Yeah.
There we are. So Jessica Zhang, BH. We can post that to chat so people kind of keep in touch with you and appreciate your work, just like we were appreciating everybody's work here. And honestly, everybody's attitude. I have to say, like, I don't know, super encouraging, and it's nice to be in such an awesome group of people, I feel.
Exactly. And I am learning from you guys as well. You know,
Yeah.
you guys are just doing very inspirational designs, and it's great that we have this community where we could learn from each other and, you know, always improving, always making better designs.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. You were fantastic. Everybody, Jessica Zhang, yay. We love you and appreciate you. And not to worry, you did get socks. We have Johnny Vino up next, so stick around. Jessica, I'm already getting choked up, but thank you so much. And stay tuned for Johnny Vino. Hello, my friend. See you soon.